everybody.
Good evening.
To my Muslim family, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed an honor, and I'm just so grateful to be here in Detroit, Michigan. Troy and Michigan, but by way of Detroit. You know, we didn't say Detroit, as we hear a lot of people say Detroit. We say in the South, Detroit, right? Put the emphasis on the D. Yes, I'm Latifah Muhammad, and I'm honored that our family has asked that I would share with you our family history. Now, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. Well, before I say anything more, let us give Donna, Roy and Donna each a great we really appreciate you all.
Yeah.
Nothing like family, I tell you. Nothing like family. And do y'all feel the love in this room? Yes. And our ancestors are right here with us too. Don't forget that. Now again, I'm not going to insult your intelligence and read what's written in the book, in the program book, because I know you can read it for yourselves, and many of you have already read it, because if you have this little book, this is the book that it was taken from, okay? This book was written 24 years ago, this month, 1998.
Wow.
And for those, many of you have asked me about a copy of it. We sold out at that reunion in 1998, and so it's been out of print since then. But we will make it available to you. My information is in the booklet. If you would like to get a copy, I'll be glad to help you with it, although it's an old edition. The new one is underway, and it has been for some time. And the reason it hasn't been published yet, because we really do need everybody to contribute by giving their information. You see this book, and if you see it in the program booklet tonight, lots of information has been shared about the elders in our family in this book. I went back to the year 1785 when my third great grandmother was born. Okay? And I say my third great grandmother because she was my mother's second great grandmother. My mother was Millie Harris Hampson. Mama was the oldest of 17 children of her parents, Hudson Harris Sr. and Mary Will Jones Harris. And Big Daddy, Hudson, was the oldest, second oldest child of his father. We call, a lot of people call him Uncle Third Louis. His name was Louis Harris III. And his father was Louis Harris II. And his father was Louis Bunkley. Now, how did the name Bunkley get involved is because the slave owner that bought my second great grandfather was a Bunkley. And if you know anything about slavery, you took the name of the slave owner, no matter what your name was before. But what Louis Bunkley did, when the slave owner bought him in North Carolina and brought him back to Alabama, because the slave owner was from Alabama, he took him first and his family first to thank you. Can y'all hear me? Scream so loud. First to Bullock County, Alabama, where the county seat is Union Springs. And then to Macon County. That's why we have called Tuskegee, Alabama, our roots, because that's where the time that they lived the longest. was there in Tuskegee, Alabama, Macon County. And so, when we look at our history, it didn't start in Macon County, as we know. Like I said, they were bought in North Carolina. It didn't start in North Carolina. So part of the reason why the new edition has not been published, in the year 2020, I had planned to go to Africa. As you know, when we were in Portland, Oregon, in 2018, I shared with us the history that had been acquired by doing the African ancestry DNA. I know there's an an ancestry DNA program, but this one is called African Ancestry DNA. Dr. Rick Kittles is the geneticist who is co-founder of that particular company, and he has the largest DNA of African people in the world. And so when we sent in the DNA sample from my mother's nephew or grandnephew, because in order to get the paternal side of the family, going back beyond Louis Bunkley, we needed a male specimen. And so our cousin's son, Winston Harris, his son's name, what was his name, Laura? Do you remember? Winston's son. I can't remember right now. But at any rate, he gave the sample that we sent to Dr. Kittles, and he ran the history of our DNA that took us back to the country that's now known as Guinea-Bissau. That's where Louis Bunkley's foreparents came from, in West Africa. If you look at the map of Africa, you will see that Guinea-Bissau is a small country that was carved out of a larger country called Senegal. So we have Senegalese blood running through our veins as a result of that on Louis Bunkley's side of the family. And what I had planned to do in 2020, June of 2020, I was supposed to be in Guinea-Bissau, because I wanted to go there and meet those people in that village from where his people came, so that we can include them in the next edition of this book. And we all know what happened in 2020. That stopped the progress of me going to Africa, and even till now, I have not gone. And so I say all of that to say, if you have not submitted your family information, please do so, because we want to have as many Harris family members in the new edition as we can get. And it's very important, because I think the children coming need to know even more so now than ever, because in the state of Alabama, thank you, Kylan, that's his name. Winston's son is his name, Kylan Dalton. And he took his mother's name because Winston Harris and Gwendolyn Dalton were not married. And so he had his mother's name as Dalton. But he's a Harris. And you only have to meet him to know. He even had Winston's mannerism, his dad, that is just like him. And so he was very generous with us in helping us to get that DNA sample done. And we're grateful. Because, but for God, we wouldn't know anything about Guinea-Bissau. It is through God's divine intervention that Rick Kittles, a black man, became a geneticist who said, I'm going to study African ancestry and know as much about our people as I can know, and connect our people on this side of the Atlantic Ocean with the people on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And he has done that. That's why we can say our people come from Senegal and from Guinea-Bissau. And so to complete the circle, we really do need to make that journey to Africa and connect with those people, because guess what? There's going to be a day when we will go there for family reunions and they will come here. All right? That's in our future. It is going to happen because they are who we are and we are who they are.
Right.
And so I wanted to just share that part of what I needed to share with you tonight. But I do have some other information, and I'm going to make this as quick as I can, Roy and Donna. Because it has been 4 years since we were together, a lot has happened in our family. And some of it is in the program booklet as you have there before you, but much of it isn't. And I know when I share with you what I have, you probably have information from your communities, because we are from all over the place. I mean, we are as far west as Washington, the state of Washington. Leland, raise your hand and let folks see. He lives in the state of Washington. And in states, throughout the country. It's what's gathered here in this room. But in Alabama, we have information that I want to share with you that's not in the history book program tonight. And I think it's important. We call it notables because we want to know what has happened with our family. And each time we meet, we share this kind of information. So 4 years of information I try to pull together here to share with you. And I'll go from death to birth to marriage to a significant wedding anniversary, graduation, which include high school and college for children in our family. Wilma Jean Harris Manning of Tuskegee, Alabama, was born September 24, 1932. She was the daughter of Mike and Rosa Harris of Tuskegee, and she passed on June the 4th, 2019. Johnny Lee Spook Williams of Haines City, Florida, was born May the 20th, 1958. He was the son of Moses Williams Sr. and Louise Harris Williams, transitioned in August of 2019. May Eunice Harris of Tuskegee, Alabama, born August 12, 1935. She was the daughter of Moses Harris and Ida Mae Fulmer Harris, passed on November 19, 2020. Frank Ross of Fort Davis, Alabama, was born August 11, 1949, son of Leola Ross Hunter of Tuskegee, and the grandson of Jack Ross and Cynthia Harris Ross of Tuskegee, Cotton Valley, Alabama, transitioned on January 13, 2020. His sister, Vera Mae Harrison of Phoenix City, Alabama, was born July 21st, 1954, daughter of Leola Ross Hunter again, and the granddaughter of Cynthia Harris Ross, transitioned on the 21st of December, 2020. Inez Jones Maxson of Armstrong, Alabama, which is also considered Tuskegee, born January 20th, 1947, was the widow of the late Colonel Maxson Jr. and the daughter-in-law of Colonel Maxson Sr. and Lily Harris Maxson, my parents, of Armstrong, Tuskegee, Alabama, passed on January 29, 2021. Sarah Lynn Turner of Union Springs, Alabama, born June 20th, 1940, daughter of Joe and Lucille Harris Turner of Union Springs, transitioned on the 6th of February, 2021. Robert Tarver of Birmingham, Alabama, born October 13, 1953, son of Clarence and Shelley Glover Tarver of Birmingham, passed on the 30th of January, 2022. And Roy Glover of Fayetteville, Georgia, by way of Tuskegee, born March 28, 1947, son of Emmett and Essie Patterson brothers of Detroit, Michigan, transitioned on the 4th of April, 2022. Anna Harris Calloway of Union Springs, Alabama, born September 30th, 1930, daughter of Theodore and Hattie Gold Mapson Harris, transitioned on the 1st of June, 2021. And Willie Ruth Red Jackson Dunn of Atlanta, Georgia, born May 18, 1940, and daughter of Jesse Bud and Willie Eller Harris Jackson, passed on July 6, 2022. Now, I started with those because I wanted us to move those on out of the way, but we had some births in the last 4 years that we were together.